Hello, I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. So I'm going to do a little bit of chair yoga, a little bit of at your desk yoga, or wherever you want to be yoga. So just for those moments where you need a break away from the work, away from the keyboard and the screen for a bit. So just get yourself in a position where you've got a chair or you're sitting comfortably. I'm just going to shuffle around so you can see what I'm doing. You don't need too much space around you, just enough so you don't sort of knock anything flying with your arms. So take a moment just to get yourself comfortable and to be sitting on your chair. You can always have a cushion behind you if you like, just to make sure you're not too slumped down, because that sort of defeats the object of trying to look after our bodies and sit nice and tall. So you can pop a cushion behind you or anything you like, a book, a block, anything we sometimes use. And just take a moment to get comfortable. And make sure your feet are planted on the floor beneath you. And we're just going to take a moment just to close our eyes and breathe and just unplug from whatever you've been doing, the world outside, and beginning to tune in a little bit with whatever's going on inside. So just centering ourselves and just turn the attention to our breath. Take a nice deep long breath in through the nose. Using that breath to sit nice and tall in a chair, and exhale, just allow the shoulders to relax, back and down, soften down. And just checking in with how your body's feeling. Notice the floor beneath your feet and how that feels. Whether you've got shoes on or shoes off, in socks, whatever it is, just notice how it feels. There's no right or wrong here. Just being able to take this break and have a little bit of movement is just excellent. That's a good start. And just checking how the seat is feeling underneath your sit bones. Are they fairly even? And your back, is it against something or is it slightly away? As you breathe, just notice the lengthening of your spine. And just draw that awareness all the way up into your neck. Just notice how it's feeling. Up through the crown of the head, and feel your chest as it expands and inflates with every breath. Maybe bring your hands to your belly or your rib cage and just taking a big full breath in and a long breath out through your nose or mouth, it doesn't matter. And one more of these, big inhale in, big expansion and long breath out. Feeling better already, lovely. Relax the hands in your lap, and just going to do a little different pranayama, a different breath work called Viloma pranayama, which is sometimes called interrupted breathing or staircase breathing, because we're going to breathe as if we're going up a staircase. So you can do it on the inhale or the exhale. You have lots of little pauses as if you're going up a staircase. So you can keep your eyes closed as I describe it, or you can open your eyes and watch the video if you like and watch my hand movements. So we're going to take about 3 inhales, with sips of air, and then take 1 long exhale out as if we're coming down the lift. So we're going up the staircase. And then long exhale out. In fact, we'll slow it down a little bit more. So exhale fully and then get ready to start with me. So a little sip of air, pause, sip of air, pause, 1 more, pause and long exhale out. And repeat, inhale, and again, and long breath out. Maybe sitting a little bit taller, expanding on each breath. Let's try 4 sips this time. Inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause. 1 more. And long breath out. 1 more of these. 4 steps. And long breath out. Drop the jaw, tuck the chin. Relax the shoulders, relax the hands, and just notice how you feel already. You're a little bit calmer. The breath is such a powerful tool. Okay, we're just going to start to roll the shoulders. Let's turn our attention to our shoulders, which often bear the brunt of our bad sitting postures where we're all crunched over our desk. So let's unwind that a little bit by rolling the shoulders. Enjoying that sensation. Let the arms just nice and loose, do whatever they want at the side. And obviously everyone's chairs are different, so that might be slightly restricted by the chair that you're in, but yeah, any movement's better than nothing. And change direction. And then we're going to bring our left hand to our right shoulder and just sort of hold a bit of a fleshy part there, not the bony part, the fleshy part. Maybe bring your thumb into your neck as well. A little squeeze of our trapezius, and then we're going to take just an isolated shoulder roll, so just one single shoulder roll backwards, and just give it a little squeeze here and really nourish that particular shoulder. Just gentle squeeze, or just feel it. Even just the gentle pressure of your hand and your thumb and your fingers is enough just to wake up and massage and stimulate this often tight muscle. Lovely. And then we'll swap sides. We'll go to the other side, the right hand, and go to the left shoulder and just roll it back gently. Oh, it should feel really nice, especially if you have been at your desk. So you can do this at any time. You don't have to have been at a desk. It's just a different alternative to getting down on our mats. Everyone sort of sees yoga as being getting down on your mats and doing downward dog, but we don't have to do that. That's just one style. Okay, lovely. So we're going to just loosen the arms off. Just notice how those shoulders feel a little bit. And then we're going to lean towards the right this time, and just allow your arm to dangle, so a little lean, and again just see if you've got that space, if the chair allows it, just to lengthen and dangle the arm, just loosening it up. So you can do all these sorts of things, you know, in an office, wherever you are, get everyone around you doing it as well. Maybe going a little bit higher, see how it feels. Got a beautiful sunny day today, but I had to close a curtain because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to see me. So maybe it's coming all the way up, and just let it really sort of swing with momentum rather than guiding it, and then let it loosen off and just finish off the movement at its own time. Lovely. So we go to the other side. We're going to dangle that arm. To begin with, it might not feel quite as loose as the other one, but it will get there. Might need to shuffle slightly if you've got something behind you. And again, if you can't do the movement quite as wide, then don't worry, you don't have to do it quite as dynamically if you haven't got the space. Maybe concentrating on getting the swing upwards. Lovely. One more. Lovely, and let it just stop in its own time. Lovely. Okay, so we're just going to take a little neck stretch. So just take your ear from one shoulder and then the other shoulder, just gently to begin with. And then we're going to bring our left ear to the left shoulder and just pause there for a moment. You can always put an extra bit of weight just gently with your left hand, and maybe sending the right arm out the side to intensify the stretch gently. And again, once you're there, you can always have a little nod. Just notice how it feels through the neck. But again, these are the areas that often need a bit of a stretch when we've been sitting down. Lovely. Release, just roll it to the middle and roll it to the other side, and then you can bring your right hand to the head now if that feels good, or just leave it and just maybe extend the left fingertips out slightly just to feel a stretch all the way down that side of the neck. You can add a little movement, just exploring how that feels. It feels different this side. Which point where your head feels gets a good stretch. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to open and close the fingers. Let's move to our hands and fingers a little bit. Again, they get all this, action and repetitive strain injuries. So just open them up a little bit. Let's let them just flick in and out, open and close. You can start slowly, you can get faster, you can get the wrists involved in the movement. You can do the flicking like you're flicking water if there's no hand towel. Flick, 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 whatever you're doing, just give them a good little shake out, open, close. Shake them down below, shake them up in the air, get the blood pumping. Shake them to the side, shake to the other side. Lovely, and bring our hands together. Roll the shoulders back. I often get into that get in that position and just roll the shoulders to check that they're nicely relaxed, but we're sitting nice and tall. And then we're going to take an inhale here. Just expand the belly, spread across the chest slightly. And then exhale and interlace the fingers and press the palms away. Getting a beautiful stretch down the wrists and the palms. And you can allow the shoulders to stretch as well. Maybe the head comes down. And then inhale, lift them all the way up to the ceiling or whatever you've got there. You can have a little bend if you want, or they can just come here. You choose where they come to. Stretch, reach, and release, and flutter the fingers down. Nice little squeeze the shoulders as they come back, and bring our hands back to the prayer position. We'll repeat this 2 more times. So we're going to sit tall and inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers, push away, drop the chin, get a stretch through the neck, and inhale all the way up. Pause if you can, and then exhale, flutter the fingers down. 1 more, I'll show you what's happening from the side. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, interlace the fingers, round the back slightly. We're sort of pushing the navel towards the spine. Allow the head to come down if that feels good, and inhale all the way up. And exhale, flutter the fingers down. Awesome. So from here, just going to do a little cat-cow. So we're going to slide the heels of our hands all the way to our hips and squeeze the shoulders and expand between the collarbones across the chest. Maybe the head comes up, and exhale. Going to slide the hands towards our knees. And again, just getting that spinal flexion and extension with this cat-cow motion. So we flex the spine, squeeze the shoulders, stretch across the front body, and exhale, squeeze the air out round the back, including the neck, and stretch across the back body. So just repeat this in your own breath. In and out. In and out. Come all the way back up. And then we're going to bring our hands just behind our head here. So nice wide elbows. And again, maybe just open up the elbows a little bit further here and use your thumbs just to massage your neck a little bit here. So if you've interlaced your fingers a little bit, you're sort of like creating a little pillow for your head. You can maybe lean back a little bit here and just massage the neck with your thumbs. See how it feels. And then widen the elbows, take a little press with your hands just to increase this stretch, and then exhale, draw the elbows in and get that extension to the spine again. Inhale and exhale. So a bit like cat-cow, but we're adding in the elbows, but you can always drop the elbows if it doesn't feel good. Oh, that feels really good for me. I'm going to sit at my desk too long. Okay, release the hands and come into like a little cactus shape, we call it. Spread the fingers out wide here and just roll the shoulders back and down, so drawing the elbows back a little further. And then bring the hands down and see if we can find the back of our chair here. So we're holding on to the back of our chair, and again, just expanding across the collarbones, across the chest. And then we're going to exhale and bring the arms back in front of us and give ourselves a little hug. Have a little rock here. Rock from side to side, feel that in your core. And then come back up, release the hands. We're going to take a little twist to the side now. So we're going to bring our left hand to the outer edge of the right knee. Going to draw a nice big circle with the right hand. We're going to reach it up in the air for length here. So just check you're sitting nicely on your sit bones. Reach up. And then going to take that hand behind us and find the back of our chair and just try and find this brace position, this anchor position. But your hand can be wherever. It can be on the side of the chair. Just take an inhale to sit really tall here, get lovely posture. Exhale, use that squeeze of the abdomen to get a little twist from the belly, rib cage, maybe the shoulders, only the head and neck if it feels okay. One more breath here. Inhale. Sit tall, expand, and exhale, contract, and get that extra bit of twist. Lovely. We're going to go to the other side. So swap hands. The right hand comes to the outer of the left knee. Again, we're going to draw a big circle. Reach up if you can. Don't worry if you can't. You can just take the hand directly behind you. So the left hand behind. We're going to inhale, sit really tall. And exhale, twist, and use that power of the breath coming out, that squeeze, to twist. Inhale, sit tall again, trying not to slouch, and exhale. Might go an extra millimetre, only turn the head if it feels good. Release and come back to centre. Let's just roll the wrists out a little bit. So just turning our hands into fists and just rolling the wrists. We can bring them up as well, giving them a stretch out. Our wrists take a lot of, a lot of toll when they are working at a computer using phones or mouses. Don't know what you'd say for the plural of one of these. I guess you'd say mice. Anyway, let's shake the hands out. Never really thought about it before. So even if you just take little breaks, just doing things with your hands and just rolling them out and sort of stretching the fingers out and doing some of the things that we did at the beginning. Okay, we're going to turn our attention to our legs a little bit. So shuffle a little bit further forwards, making sure nice and square on our chair. We're going to hug the right knee in and just start some little ankle rotations. That's the one. I was going to say wrist, but this is our ankle. So in one direction and then the other. Whew. Don't know if there's any cricks and cracks, normal. Again, using that sort of to really sit tall and squeeze the shoulders back here, or you can have your hand under here if that's better, if you can't get it quite up. And then slowly release that, and opposite leg, so hug it in, and just open up the toes, rotate the ankle in one direction, and then the other. And then bring that back down. We're going to extend the left leg first of all and just extend that out and push the heel away and point the toes towards you. So we're flexing the foot and then we point the toes. So we're going to flex and point, feeling how that really stretches the different muscles in our leg. So we've got the quads engaging when we do this, and then push the heel away, get the back of the leg engaging. Release, extend the other leg, point and flex. Open up the toes. Don't worry too much about what you're doing here. That's the thing with any kind of movement or any exercises. Generally, especially as we're just getting the joints moving, your body will tell you whether something feels right or doesn't. Point and flex. Again, you can have a few rotations here if you want, or in and out. And then just give the legs a little bit of a tippy-tappy here. And it gets the blood flowing. To probably get the blood flowing and all the way through our legs. There we go. Okay, and one more little thing while we're seated. We're going to imagine we are sort of pulling sort of like a lawnmower to start. I don't know, do you have a lawnmower like that? Going to reach out and grab and then reach out with the other one. So alternate hands, like we're grabbing something and pulling it back. Almost like sort of drawing a bow maybe. So grabbing, pulling it back. And just get this little movement, this little engagement of the core. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And then we're going to do both hands, like we're reaching forwards and then draw them back. Reach forwards, draw back. We're getting a little bit of a fold now as well, trying to hinge from the hips. So trying to reach as far as you can. We're not reaching down, we're not curving down here. We're reaching out to try and get a really nice sort of long back and in. Reach out and in. Reach out and in. And then if you want to, you can put the legs in. So we reach out and we come in, maybe the legs come up, reach out, in, legs up, reach out and in. So this is just a good option just to, again, just get the blood pumping around and engaging the core. One more. Lovely. Okay, gives us a little shake out, and then we're going to do a few standing. I'm going to show you a few standing exercises. So I'm going to shuffle around this way, might move my chair slightly. So you can either hold onto your chair for this, so have it next to you, or you can try letting go. But it's nice to have it there just to be able to tap in case you need it. So we're going to first of all just literally come up onto our toes. So just trying to sort of make sure our feet are hip width apart, standing nice and tall. Then see if you can come up on your toes. Just gently does it, holding on if you like. It's quite hard to come on toes and find that balance, but you can always give yourself a go. And then come back down, lift the toes up, spread them out, and then bring them back down. Let's go up again. Inhale, maybe the arms come up as well, and exhale back down. So you choose how fast you do this, whether you're holding on or whether you're not. But we're stretching all those muscles in the feet. Lift the toes up, trying to spread the toes. Even if you're in your shoes, you can have a go at doing this. It's all fine. One more. Maybe you can hold it for a moment. See how the balance is. Good balance challenge. And all the way down. Lovely. We'll do a little downward dog, which we can do using our chair. So you can either use the back of your chair or you can use this part of your chair. I'm going to show you with my back of my chair. So I might just turn that around this way. Going to hold on and just walk our feet backwards, walk the feet backwards, and then send your hips further backwards as well. So you feel stable enough. Feet are underneath you, hip width apart. Send the hips backwards and just lower down. Getting a nice stretch through the arms. You can have a bend to the knees if you need. See how it feels. So take a couple of breaths here. You can come up, inhale and exhale, come back down again. Up, inhale, exhale down. Really stretch and pause there. Stretch through the arms. You can bend the knees. Maybe bend one knee and then the other knee. Getting a little stretch through your hips. Noticing if there's one side tighter than the other. So it's a really kind of explorative pose, just like when we're in downward dog on the mats. And then holding onto the chair, just walking ourselves back in towards our chair. We're going to come up on our toes again, holding onto the chair this time and just calming up. And you can hold on the chair or you can send the fingertips backwards, coming into a little upward dog, getting a stretch and flexing the back in the other direction. And then exhale, come back down. You can have a little march of the knees if you like here. And then just holding on to the side of your chair now. So turning to face the side of your chair. And again, you can hold on if you like. Just going to lift the outer knee, whichever way around you are, and just start to draw some circles here. So drawing circles with the knee. My hip seems to crack a little bit here, get a little clock halfway through, but it's all good. It's just try and get that synovial fluid moving. A little micro bend to the grounded knee and then change direction. Oh, funny noises. Okay, and then change to the other side, so you can face the other direction if you like. I'm going to face the other direction and turn the attention to the outer leg again, or you can move your chair. Change direction with the knee circles. Really getting the hip moving, the core a little bit, and just strengthening the standing leg glute. Okay, then facing back the other direction, just going to see if we can get a few little leg swings here. So if you've got a book or something you can stand on, let's get a book. Light on Yoga by Iyengar. Sorry, Iyengar. Doesn't mean I don't respect the book, but I'm going to come up a little bit here and then you can have a few leg swings. You can do it without, but you need to kind of really flex the foot and get that lift, almost like a little lift through the hip. So giving a lovely release, really nice for the hips, and let the leg be nice and long. You can put the arm in kind of opposite way around if you like. So a little bit like when we did the arm dangle, doing a bit of a leg dangle, but it feels really nice and it just lets everything ease off and release. Good book, by the way, if you ever want to learn more about what yoga's all about. Iyengar's book, Light on Yoga. Okay, we are going to swap to the other side. So you can stand on something or you don't have to stand on something. You can do this on a step if you have a step nearby, the bottom stair. But wherever you do it, it feels good. Excuse my slightly cluttered workstation. But as said, you can do this anywhere. There's no need to have a clear space to do yoga. Awesome. Okay, so one more little thing. I'm going to move my book back now. Going to just do a little stretch, so a little oblique stretch. And so going to take the left foot behind, behind the right foot. Make sure you're fairly stable here. The right hand can come to the right hip, and we're going to release the left hand and reach it up in the air. Some people call this like a little ballerina stretch, and stretching all the way down the side of the body. Try and keep your balance here as well. If you don't feel balanced, you can always just keep the feet flat. Still getting a lovely stretch. This just increases the stretch slightly. Inhale to reach, exhale to soften. And maybe go a little bit further. And then coming back, go to swap, so the right leg can come behind. And your other hand can be on the chair or on your hip, and release the right arm, reaching up. And take some nice breaths here. Neck can be facing whichever way. It can look up to your hand or out to the front, or looking down to the ground. Inhale and reach, and exhale. Release. Well done. Everyone have a little shake out. Shaking is really good if you don't know what to do. If you only have a 1 minute break, just have a good shake out, because it's really energizing, and it just gets all the energy that's got stuck in our bodies moving, our blood pumping. A few little jumps up and down. Little jog. I don't know. Okay, then we'll come and sit back down, just to slow things down a little bit, so we're ready to get back on to our work again, if that's what we need to do next. Okay, so we're just going to finish with a couple of like sun salutations, seated sun salutations, because they're really good stretch out for the body. They're calming because we're moving with our breath, and sort of anchoring our mind as well, because we're moving with the breath. So we start in our mountain pose, which is our feet flat on the ground. Roll the shoulders back, and just take a moment here. Take a breath. Maybe just checking in with how we're feeling. Feeling a bit better. Whew, feeling a bit warmer. And then we're going to release the arms to the side and reach up, drawing a big circle up above our heads, and bring our hands together in a prayer pose, and then draw it down to our hearts. From here, we're going to inhale and open up into a cactus shape. Squeeze the shoulders, and exhale, bring the hands down back to prayer position. Maybe a little bow. Bring the hands down to our knees, and then just lean forwards. Exhale. Take a little fold here, so we're trying to lean forwards rather than round the back. And then inhale, come halfway up, squeeze the shoulders back, and exhale, come down a little bit further. It might be that you just rest your knees, rest your elbows on your knees, or you slide your hands all the way down to your feet. Inhale, lift the left arm up, just the left arm, staying nice and low. Exhale, inhale, lift the right arm up. Wherever it wants to come to. Exhale, bring it down, and then inhale, sweep all the way back up. Arms can follow, and finish in prayer. Awesome, let's do that one more time. Take an inhale, prayer position, and exhale. The next inhale, sweep the arms up, and bring them down to our hearts. Inhale, open to cactus. Exhale, bring the hands down to our lap and lean forwards like you're trying to lean over a cliff, and look. Inhale, come halfway, lift, squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, fold, long neck, come down as far as feels okay. Inhale, lift the left arm up, wherever it wants to come. Get that twist, bring it down. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And then exhale, bring it down. Then inhale, roll all the way up, maybe tucking the chin a little bit here, just rolling up. Bringing the arms up and down to prayer. And maybe close the eyes for a minute and just check in with how you're feeling. How we're feeling in our body, how we're feeling in our mind. Noticing again the points of contact with the ground, our stability. And we're just going to do a little bit of Viloma Pranayama on the other way around, just to finish it off and tie in this practice together. So we did it on the inhales, the staircase up at the beginning, and we're going to do it on the staircase down on the way down, which is a nice calming version. So we're going to take the lift up, take a big inhale in, then we're going to step it down, exhale, pause, exhale, pause, exhale, pause, exhale, pause. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, exhale, exhale. One more, exhale. Inhale. Nice and full. One more, exhale. Exhale, 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 all the way out. Continue one in your own time. And return to your normal breath. Relax the hands, relax the face, close the eyes if they're not already. And just take a few moments to notice how you're feeling now. And then we're going to reach the arms out to the side, like we did in the sun salutation. Bring the hands together down to our hearts. Just roll the shoulders, sit tall, and just giving yourself a bit of gratitude for carving out this time, this break, giving yourself this break away from your work, which is so important in order to enable us to work at our best, work with a fresh mind, and be able to look after our bodies, to stop them getting too tight and uncomfortable, and trying to avoid future aches and pains. So very important to have these little breaks, these little movement breaks. And even if you've just done half this video, then or just you add little bits into your day, then that's all great. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a very good rest of your day. Namaste.